UFC Fight Night Taira versus Park. Everyone knows how I feel about the Apex, but it's the way it goes. There's some fun matchups. The main event kind of sucks. They threw it together on short notice, but we're here. Also, I do apologize for the lack of uploads as of recent. This sport's really boring, at the moment at least. And the only news that we have, it's not even about this sport. It's about Connor sending nudes to someone online. Until something interesting happens, probably just going to be this, unless I find a good video idea. Let's get this going. First up, Piera Rodriguez versus Ketlin Sosa. Not Ketlin Vieira, Ketlin Sosa. I'm taking Ketlin Sosa. Piera Rodriguez she tries to counter-strike, but when she does counter-strike, she makes you pay for maybe overextending, but rather than trying to snipe you, she kind of like blitzes in and throws in a flurry and tries to overwhelm you, which with Ketlin Sosa, I don't think that's going to work well because she fights very well on the inside. And I mean, look at him, you know, Ketlin Sosa is probably has the testosterone of Brock Lesnar at this point. I mean, look at her. Rule of thumb in women's MMA is take the one that looks like a man. So we're taking the one that looks like a man, and I'm taking Ketlin Sosa. She fights really good on the inside. I think her grappling is actually very, very good for women's MMA. When she's on the back, she locks in submissions very well. We saw that on the UFC Noche card at the Sphere. I think she had a rear naked choke. I forget who she put out, but I remember her getting one of those really, really nasty. Immediately went palm to palm. She has good jiu-jitsu off of her back too, so if she does somehow end up getting dropped by a blitz or a burst from Piera Rodriguez, I don't think it's really going to be that big of a deal because I do trust her jiu-jitsu off of her back. We're taking Ketlin Sosa. Most likely a 29-28 decision because it is women's MMA, and there's nothing new that comes from women's MMA. So yeah, moving on. Felipe Bunez versus Rafael Estevam. I'm taking Rafael Estevam. Do I have to explain this? He's way more complete. He's good in basically every area. He's undefeated too. A guy like Felipe, I'm just gonna call him Bunez. I don't even know. He's old, and the competition that he has fought has not been necessarily the best. When you're 14-7 and you're already kind of at the end of your career, I just don't trust it, man. I don't trust it. There is a good chance that Rafael Estevam does get a finish of some sort, most likely TKO. I don't think Felipe Bunez is good, dude. Got mauled by Joshua Van, and then he beat Jose Johnson by armbar. You know, on the regional scene, he's fighting guys that are not very good. I mean, he went to a split decision with a guy that was 13-9. I'm taking Rafael Estevam. I'm not even gonna keep talking about this fight. Anyways, moving on. After that, we've got Austin Bashi versus John Yanis. John Yanis sucks. I went and watched some of his film, and he has no pop in his shots. He's predictable. He drops his hands when he's throwing and when he's not throwing. His hands are just kind of down, and everything about his fight style is predictable to me. If you look at the people that he has fought on the regional scene, he's lost to guys who are not good. He's beating guys 4-3, 4-4, 10-7, 9-7. He's fighting cans. He lost to a guy that was this was Cameron Smotherman. He lost to Cameron Smotherman a little bit ago. Cameron Smotherman was 4-3. I mean, really? And Cameron Smotherman's not very good. We figured that one out. I mean, to be fair, he did fight Ricky Simone and was that one dude from Ukraine, but I don't think Cameron Smotherman's very good. And you're on the regional scene and you're fighting cans and you're losing to some of them. I'm taking Austin Bashi. He is a little bit predictable with his grappling. He'll literally try and rugby tackle people from across the cage. There's no setup or anything. He throws naked high kicks, nothing behind him, no setup. At some point, I think he's going to run into somebody who's just going to fire a knee up the middle and put him out cold, but that's not going to be this Saturday, I don't think. So I'm taking Austin Bashi. I think he gets it done by submission in the earlier rounds. Either way, by decision or sub. I think it's going to be in the first or second round, though. Moving on, Nick Klein versus Andre Pulyaev. Nick Klein is he seems very like skittish. You never want to see that from somebody who's stepping into a octagon, you know? He seems like he's always just like on edge, and he's kind of hoping that the person he's fighting fucks up and he can take advantage of it, which isn't good. Like, as a fighter, you should probably be going out there to take what's yours, you know? It's a fight. Nick Klein doesn't really do that. Even against Mansour Abdulmalik up, and Nick Klein tried to take advantage of it, and then after that he realized that Mansour wasn't going away anytime soon and was immediately back into his like shell of being scared. Andre Pulyaev is very much the opposite of that, and he's long and he's rangy and he knows how to use it very, very well. Not to say that Nick Klein isn't, because Nick Klein is decently long and rangy for the division, but I think Andre Pulev wins this by, I'll take decision. I'll take 30-27 decision. There is a chance that he snipes Nick Klein coming in. Wow, these odds are completely even. What the hell? I think people are holding too much value that Nick Klein hurt Mansour Abdulmalik in that one fight, but I don't hold any value to it. I don't like how timid he is once he gets into the cage. So I'll take Pulev. He's looked actually decent too. I know he's coming off a loss, but you know, he looked good on the regional scene, and going against Christian Duncan. Chris Duncan is terrifying. Okay, wasn't he supposed to get slept really bad in that fight? Christian Duncan was a minus 450 favorite, and the fight was pretty competitive. So I like Andre Pulev. I think he gets this done by decision. We'll take him by decision. Next up, Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. What would I call Danny Silva after this fight? He's gonna be a vegetable. Kevin Vallejos is going to starch Danny Silva in the first or second round, and it's gonna be awesome. That means that it's basically just we get to watch Ilia Topuria fight again, and it's gonna be awesome. Kevin Vallejos is fucking awesome, dude. So for people who don't watch Kevin Vallejos, or haven't watched Kevin Vallejos yet, he slips punches. His head movement's very good. His boxing is his strong point. He throws naked low kicks to bait his opponent into exchanges. He'll throw like a naked leg kick, and they'll try and pounce on it and throw a right hand down the pipe or something of that nature where they try and catch him. And you want to get into the pocket with Kevin Vallejos, good luck, man. Now you're playing his game if you do fall into that trap with Kevin Vallejos. So I'm taking Kevin Vallejos. I think he gets it done really early. Not to say that Danny Silva isn't good. I think Danny Silva is actually very, very solid. You know, like, I don't know. I just don't like the two split decisions that Danny Silva's coming off of. I think he is good. But again, it's to not good competition either. It's to Lucas Almeida. Who'd he fight before that? What's the guy? The guy that got cut? Kulabau? It's the guys like that where you're getting into wars with guys that are maybe not even UFC level. Whereas Kevin Vallejos is 21 on the Contender Series, and he has a war with Gene Silva, who I think, by the way, is going to up Diego Lopez really bad at some point. Anyways, Danny Silva's going to war, yeah, and he has good fights, and he looks good, and he looks durable, but it's not against the same competition that Kevin Vallejos is putting wars on with and putting away. I think the talent's going to be a big factor. I'm taking Kevin Vallejos, and we will be getting a ranked contender after this, and we will be starching them as well. Moving on from that. Neil Magny versus Alessio Zaleski dos Santos. Yuck. Did I skip a fight? I might have skipped a fight. Dude, I skipped 2 fights. My bad. Okay. Going back in time here. Jesus Christ. Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. I'm taking Rodolfo Vieira off of the simple fact that I have a rule of thumb with guys that are coming off a huge beating, and it's that you never take them, especially a quick turnaround. 3-4 months ago that Tresean Gore was getting dropped multiple times against Marco Tulio. And Marco Tulio's a monster, don't get me wrong. I love watching he's one of my favorite unranked guys, but you're getting dropped over and over and over. You take like a month off and you just get into a training camp again. I can't pick you to win, dude. And Tresean Gore's face kind of just pisses me off. His eyes are too close together. And that's the rule of thumb. If you just got slept, why are you coming immediately back into the cage? That it never ends well. And that a lot of times that's not even on the fighter. That's just on their team in general, because their team's just a bunch of idiots. I'm taking Rodolfo Vieira. Heavy hands, good grappler. He gasses sometimes, but he didn't get slept a few months ago, so, or maybe he did. Wait. No, he's coming off a win, isn't he? Oh, good lord. If Rodolfo Vieira, did he get slept too? No, he didn't. It was Andre Petrosky. Yeah, dude. No. I'm taking Rodolfo Vieira. Why am I second guessing myself? Moving on from that. Still another fight that I skipped over. Nathan Fletcher versus Rinya Nakamura. Shit. I'm taking Rinya Nakamura, man. His striking isn't good. I don't like his striking at all, because he's a wrestler. And when you're a wrestler, you need your striking to set up wrestling. They need to kind of mix together well. They're completely separated in his mind, I think. He completely separates the low kicks and the twos down the pipe and the 1-2s completely as separate from the blasting a double leg, working top control. He can't like put the two together, which is a really big problem with him. And another thing is his fight IQ is terrible. And I know I just said I was going to pick him. This is why I don't understand the minus 430 odds. I'm taking him because I'm assuming that he's not going to be a idiot like he was last time. I think it was his last fight. He just wasn't shooting a takedown. He was getting pieced up on the feet the whole fight. And everyone was like, hey, dude, you're a wrestler. Step off the center line and shoot a takedown. And he didn't, because he's an idiot. I trust him to learn from his mistakes, find a way to get the grappling going. And it was Muin Gafarov. That's right. Oh, God. This fight's way closer than people think, dude. And Nathan Fletcher's jiu-jitsu is very, very good. I don't like taking Rinya Nakamura here, but I'm gonna take him. God damn it. And another reason that I'm taking Rinya Nakamura is I think Callan Loughran, I think he's terrible. I do think Nathan Fletcher won that fight, but that's just so terrible to me, dude. I think Callan Loughran is so bad. So I'm taking Rinya Nakamura. I think he wins a 29-28 decision off of top control. I don't like it. I hate this, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Carla Rosa versus Nora Khanol. I'm taking Nora Khanol, and I'm surprised that the odds are actually like this. I think that her striking is actually a lot higher level than people think. I think she uses her bottom half is very, very useful in terms of like the teeps that she uses. She throws good inside leg kicks. I just don't trust Carol Rosa at all. I don't know, man. I would put a lot of money on the fact that this is going to be a split decision, by the way. 100%. I just think Nora Khanol is very underrated. Carol Rosa has not been doing good as of recent. I think Eileen Perez is a little bit overrated. She got mauled by her. She lost to Irene Aldana, fair enough. Norma Dumont, fair enough. She's dropped 3 out of her last 5. That's not good. And Nora Khanol's kind of on the opposite side of that. It's actually kind of weird. She's older, but she doesn't have that much experience. And her one loss in the UFC was a split decision to Jacqueline Cavalcanti, who I think is actually pretty damn good. I'm taking Nora Khanol. I have to. Just based off of my gut feeling when I first saw this fight get booked, I immediately thought Nora Khanol's got this. So I just have to stick with my gut, I guess. Up the card, Esteban Ribovic versus Elvis Brenner. Elvis Brenner used to be a monster, dude. What happened to this guy? He's dropped 2 fights in a row. Joel Alvarez, Mick the Big Oralby. Not the worst things in the world. Those guys are both monsters. Maybe not Oralby as a monster, but he's solid. I'm taking Esteban Ribovic. I used to think that this guy was going to be something really special because when he flatlines Terrence McKinney really bad with a high kick. After that, he goes to war with Daniel Zellhuber. Daniel Zellhuber, I thought at the time, I don't think this anymore. I think Daniel Zellhuber is a total jerk off and he sucks. I thought that Esteban Ribovic was going to be a huge problem, and then the Nasrat Haqparast fight happened and I was like and I thought he won that fight. I think this fight is also a little bit closer than people think, but I do like the idea of Elvis Brenner being finished in his last fight pretty bad, and Esteban Ribovic comes out hot and he stays hot the whole time. There's no slowing down from him. I'm taking Esteban Ribovic. I think he gets it done by first or second round TKO. I don't like Elvis Brenner coming off the for him at least. I don't like him coming off the gnarly KO from Joel Alvarez. To be fair, it was a long time ago. It was about a year, which I do like. That's what you should do when you get put away like that. But Esteban Ribovic is going to be trying to take your head off for the entire 15 minutes, and I think at some point he's going to catch him. I'll take Ribovic by early TKO. Co-main event. Good lord. Chris Duncan versus Mateusz Rebecki. I'm taking Rebecki. However the f say it. Chris Duncan is so weird, man. Let me look at this guy's fight history. We're gonna go down the line here, and I need to rant about this guy. He's 4-1 in the UFC, and you would think, since when? Hasn't he lost to a bunch of people? Belagioki. He was fighting Belagioki. He was getting worked. He was getting worked on the feet. You're like, oh, Belagioki's looking good. Oh, well. He just got guillotined. Jordan Vucenic. He was kind of getting worked in the first round a little bit. Second round comes around. You're like, there we go. That's the Jordan Vucenic we know. This is what we... he got guillotined too. It's like, fuck. Omar Morales. It's like, oh, like Omar Morales is looking good. Oh my God, Chris Duncan beat him. Even on the Contender Series, he was borderline standing TKO'd on the Contender Series and landed a bomb, and he pulled it out of the fire. It just seems to be the case with this guy. I don't like picking against Chris Duncan because he always seems to look like complete and utter shit until he wins every time, it seems. I'm taking Rebecki, though. I have to. I mean, it's not, this is like a complete, I think they're just on complete different technical levels, and I don't see Mateusz Rebecki sticking his head into a guillotine like these other guys have. He's not going to get chinned. I think because Rebecki's chin is very, very underrated. He wears a lot of damage, which I don't like that much. I don't think he's going to be taking a ton from Chris Duncan. And I don't think Chris Duncan's very good, but he keeps winning. If he wins this one, I'm going to have no choice but to take him in his next fight, you know? Main event, Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sung Park. I'm taking Tatsuro Taira, and it's probably not going to be close. Do I have to explain myself? Tatsuro Taira is the way that I describe him, kind of like the Chimaev of flyweight. He works to get the back and he works to get body locks, but that is set up off of his striking being very power oriented, maybe so to say. He's trying to shut you off on the feet, and that makes his opponent so weary of the strikes that they stop thinking about the grappling, and next thing you know, Tatsuro Taira has a body lock on you because he blitzed in with strikes and then grabbed a hold of you. And he's basically just working to drag you down, waiting for you to give your back, and then he puts a body triangle on you and chokes you out. That's kind of how most Tatsuro Taira fights go. That's probably how this one's going to go too. This is just such a big jump for Hyun-Sung Park. He was supposed to fight, I believe it was Steve Erceg, and that was in, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. It was sometime in August. Yeah, I mean, his last fight was Carlos Hernandez or whatever that dude's name is, like the most typical Mexican name you could think of. He fought a guy like that. And then before that, it was that one Ross guy, the most average looking, he looks like Cody Durden almost, who sucked. He never beat anybody in the UFC. Way too big of a jump. Tatsuro Taira, I think, is one of the more skilled people at flyweight. Not that, I mean, everyone's skilled at flyweight, but especially on the ground, Tatsuro Taira is, you don't fuck him on the ground, dude. There's gonna be a point where he gets a body lock and he drags him down and he subs him, and it's probably gonna happen in the second or third round. They slapped this one together on 2 weeks notice. Hyun-Sung Park is gonna be a little bit off in terms of his weight cut, just because it's a whole 2 weeks earlier. He didn't have time to prep. He might come in a little bit more drained than usual, and Tatsuro Taira's not. He's fighting someone who's not nearly as good as Amir Albazi. Even though I think Amir Albazi is completely and utterly overrated, Hyun-Sung Park is not Amir Albazi. I'm taking Tatsuro Taira. I think he gets it done by second round. We'll go third round submission. Those are the picks. We got one more video coming out tomorrow. I have an idea just based off of looking at this card. I got an idea and might do that. But again, there's no news right now in this sport. Everyone's kind of being normal for once, which is not what I signed up for. I signed up for people acting like complete and utter lunatics, but they're not doing that right now. Appreciate you. One more coming out tomorrow. We'll see how we do on these picks, but yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.